Hello there, everyone. I know it's been a while since we've seen each other on the mat. My name is Delana, and welcome to your session here at Delana's Yoga Suite. So today we're going to go over on how to get into our cow face legs pose, and I'm going to get into a couple of versions of your cow face. So you have a lot of options on how to get into it, and we're definitely going to use some of our props here. So feel free to bring a pillow with you to your practice. Feel free to bring a blanket to your practice. If you have any type of blocks, hardback books, anything, bring those to your practice as well. So we're going to get into it a couple of ways. Feel free to take your time getting into this pose. This is a really great, awesome hip opener here. And this is also can be a little bit tender on the knees if you have any knee issues. So definitely take care of yourself throughout your practice here. We're going to go ahead and start off by straightening the legs. And feel free to shake out the feet and legs a little bit. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and start to bend one leg. I'm going to start with my left leg here. So bending your left knee into your stomach and chest and wrapping your fingers around the shins. You can also wrap your hands underneath the thighs here. Taking that left foot and left leg, cross the left leg over the right. Now, if this is as far as the body will allow you to go, hold here. Again, this is your practice. You want to definitely be careful with your body here. But if you feel comfortable with coming to the full expression of your pose, go ahead and take your right foot, your right leg. Bend that right knee. Tuck that right heel either underneath your left hip and seat or right beside the seat. We want to get the knees stacked as much as possible here. So if the knees aren't directly stacked over top of each other, no problem. And if that left foot kind of hovers above the mat, kind of hovers above the floor, that's no problem as well. You may feel the majority of your weight shift to the right side of the body here. So what we want to do, we want to share that body weight with the left side of the body. So press into that left hip. You're going to feel a little bit of that hip opener, specifically within the left and right side of the hip, because we're doing something special with the hips here as well. Your hands can wrap around the shins, anywhere above the shins. You can hold on to the tops of the feet. I kind of like holding on to the tops of the feet. Your hands can also, your pointer fingers, your bunny ears I like to call them, can wrap around the big toe. If you choose to use this hold, close it with the thumb. No matter where you are, we lift the chest. We roll the shoulders up around the back. We're lengthening the spine. So again, if you choose to hold on to both tops of the feet, the shins, you can also draw your heels into your hips. So as you can see, I'm kind of shifting that left heel a little bit closer to that right hip. Press evenly into the top and bottoms of the feet. Press evenly into your hips, lift the heart, relax the shoulders here. And feel free to just hold here for a few breaths. Now, if you need that additional support, especially if you feel a little tender here, use that blanket or pillow to stack underneath that left hip. So if you feel that elevation to that left hip, use a pillow here, use a blanket. If that pillow is too high, use here, take that blanket, tuck it underneath that seat and hip. Use that cushioning there. So we want to feel as comfortable as possible here. And sometimes the knees will stack, sometimes they won't. But again, this is your cow face pose. So feel free to hold here for a few breaths. You can hold here for 3 breaths, 5 breaths. But relax the shoulders, lift the heart no matter where you are. Breathing here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale. So we're going to slowly come out of this pose, Take your time, shift your weight to the right side of the body. You can slowly straighten that right leg. Go ahead and uncross that left from the right. And go ahead and shake out the legs here. Shake out the legs and the feet. So we're going to come into the next variation of coming to cow face arms. As I mentioned before, there are multiple ways to come into it. So we're going to come into the other variation of modification of getting into it. So if kind of stacking the knees feels a little bit uncomfortable, you're feeling off center here, come into your hands in these tabletop pose. Your palms can press underneath the shoulders, knees hip-width distance apart, straightening that right leg behind you. Go ahead and take that right leg, bend the right knee, and walk that right knee behind the left knee. So both knees are and you might have to walk yourself back a little bit, bending both knees here. So the knees are going to be naturally stacked over top of each other because we walked one leg behind the other. Then push yourself back into your seat, and voila. You're in your cow face legs pose. And I'll turn around real quick so you can see. And then you can still adjust your seat and hips using your pillow, your bolster, your hardback book, your block. And I'm still lifting from the heart and relaxing the shoulders. I'm going to go ahead and release once again because whatever we do on one side of the body, we want to do on the other. So from here, we're going to switch sides. So again, feel free to shake out the legs and feet a little bit. Go ahead and bend the knees here. Your right knee. So the leg that we're going to bend the opposite knee that hasn't gone yet. So I'm going to bend my right knee. If you start off with your right knee, bend the left. So from here, we're just going to bend the knee that hasn't been bent already. Wrapping our hands around the shins or underneath the thigh. Go ahead and cross the right foot over the left. And again, you can always remain here, or you can take your left heel, bend the left heel underneath your right seat. Go ahead and start to push yourself to the right. You can hold on to your shins, wrapping your fingertips around the shins, the tops of the feet and toes. But again, press into that right hip. And if you still feel the need to get a little bit of support for that right hip, use your blanket, use your pillow, use your block. Lift your heart, pull the shoulders away from the ears, press into your seat evenly. That's where you're going to feel that hip open there. Hold here for just a few breaths, perhaps 3 to 5 breaths. Breathe in and out. Breathing in and breathe out. Slow your breath down, lift from the heart. Breathe in and breathe out. To slowly come out of your cow face pose, go ahead and shift your weight this time to the left. We're going to straighten that left knee. We're going to go ahead and uncross the right from the left. Feel free to shake out the feet and the legs. Feel free to rock from side to side. And we're going to come into that other variation. So perhaps maybe moving the knees is a little bit much there. We're going to come to the cow face legs pose from hands and knees tabletop pose. So pressing your palms underneath the shoulders, knees hip-width distance apart. We're going to straighten that left leg behind you. Taking your left leg, go ahead and cross your left leg behind your right knee. And I'll kind of maneuver as well so you can see the full effect of your cow face pose. Your knees are behind each other. Go ahead and walk your seat back all the way to the seat. Go ahead and start to hold on to the shins, the tops of the feet. Go ahead and start to press evenly into the left and right hip. So actually, I kind of like coming to that second version, that second modification that I just did with from hands and knees, because it definitely allows the weight to evenly shift The knees can naturally stack over top of each other. The weight naturally shifts back. So, and this really eases that weight evenly into the left and right side of the body. So, I really do like that second modification. But again, this is your practice. So, come into that version that best fits you. So, again, this is your practice. No matter where you are, lift your heart, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing here, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now to come out of the pose, release your hands from anywhere around the legs and feet. Slowly straighten that left leg. Uncross your right from the left and slowly straighten the legs. So go ahead and shake the legs of the feet out. Rock from side to side. Kind of massage your sit bones here. So we've done something pretty interesting with the hips here. We've done some pretty interesting things with the knees. So if you do have any knee issues, so if that cow face pose is really uncomfortable, feel free to just slightly press the bottoms of the feet together, just gently bending the knees here, and you can stack the left foot over the right. Press evenly into your left and right seat. And you can do the same thing with the right side of the body. So this particular version of the pose. This is a modified version of a firewalk pose, but also your own version of your cow face pose. So if you have severe knee issues, if you just had knee surgery, if you have aches and pains, if the knees are not ready to really bend that deeply, come here, press the bottoms of the feet together, gently bend the knees, roll the heels really a lot away from the seat, create that space here. And you can just stack your feet over top of each other. Stack the outer edge over top of the inner arch of the opposite foot. Just stack the feet. And you can still lift from the heart and relax from the shoulders. Hold your pose between 3 to 5 breaths. Take your time. Take your time getting into the pose. Take your time coming out of the pose. This is your practice. You don't have to rush this. So if you're sitting or standing for long periods of time, if you feel a little bit of achiness within the lower back, this is a really great way to open the hips and also release that lower back. A lot of times our lower back issues are due to tight hips. So sometimes when we open those hips up, that lower back issue sometimes subsides. Definitely feel free to practice this in the evening. Feel free to practice this in the afternoon once the body is kind of warmed up and gotten a little bit of movement in the morning. Definitely practice this pose in the afternoon or evening after the body's kind of settled in a little bit. But again, you can always do this while watching TV, while looking at something on the internet. Again, this is your practice. So I want to thank you for coming out to your practice. I appreciate you continuing your journey on the mat. And I hope you enjoyed this session as I enjoyed meeting you on your practice. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you soon. Again, my name is Delana from Delana's Yoga Suite. You can reach me here at the studio anytime at www.delanasyogaSuite.com. That's the full name of the studio, delanasyogaSuite.com. I'm also offering online classes, so you can reach me at any time as well for any of the online classes on the schedule. Again, go to the website, buy your Delana's Yoga Suite class pass, schedule your class. I'll send you a link. You can definitely meet in person. But thank you so much once again. I look forward to seeing you soon. You have a good moment and a good day, and thank you again. Bye-bye.